it's going to be a great day. I am Nikki G, your host, and welcome to the Lone Doctrine. I am your weekly dose of constructive food for thought. We've been breaking down the concept of motivation in order to understand where we stand when it comes to our personal goals. We briefly touched upon the idea of the outside and inside motivation, but I'd like to dig even deeper. Because now, more than ever, it is so important to be awesome and stay awesome. You may or may not know, but motivation and emotions are a big subject. I even had a college class based just upon these two aspects, and after taking that class, I realized that there's a lot inside of setting goals. And the better I understood what was involved, the better I understood myself. I'll touch upon some of the ins and outs today that may help you discover more of who you are as well. So here are some theories. The instinct theory of motivation. This goes back to biological foundations. What drives us through our instinct? For example, animals that migrate do so out of instinct. When we look at humans, most instinctual actions are those that are set back to survival. Some examples are eating when you're hungry or drinking when you're thirsty. Here's another theory, the incentive motivational theory. This is where motivation is inspired by reward. For example, you may go to work every day because of the monetary benefits, or in other words, the reward of getting paid. We learn that certain actions are associated with certain outcomes, so therefore we become motivated by incentive. You may also notice the bigger the reward, the more motivated the person may become. Here's another idea. The drive motivational theory. This theory means there's a circumstance that is motivating an individual to take action in order to reduce internal tension. This can be something as simple as being motivated to drink a glass of water in order to take away the feeling of thirst. Now, the dangerous side of this theory is that it doesn't always have a good outcome. Some people's drive comes to fill the void, or otherwise try to rid of a problem by using temporary fixes. When we experience something negative or we face adversity, sometimes our motivation and drive is to cover it up, or to hide from it, or to dull the pain. I urge you to take caution when it comes to this type of motivation that may lead you on the negative instead of the positive path. I'd like to share two more theories with you. The next one is the strongest one, the arousal theory. This suggests that people are motivated to either decrease or increase levels of arousal. For example, when these levels get too low, a person might be motivated to go for a jog, go out, do something new, or watch an exciting movie. When arousal gets too high, one might look for ways to relax, such as reading a book, listening to music, or even meditating. Arousal levels vary from person to person and can either motivate us towards betterment or put us in a danger zone. It's best to keep things level, and there's a constant ebb and flow. If one is too high, you might find yourself always wanting more. The same goes for if your arousal levels get too low. You can become depressed, sad, or feel lost. It's best to always choose healthy alternatives in each direction to create the best balance possible. It will always go up and down, but we want to try to keep those up and downs from not going too high and not going too low. Now you might be wondering, why are you telling me all these theories? The more we know the foundations and the inner workings of our whys behind our goals, the more likely we are to achieve them. So I'm helping you so when you sit down with your goals, you're able to answer why and where the motivation is coming from. Here's one last thought to add on to where your motivation might be coming from list. This is the expectancy motivational theory. This is where we're thinking about the future, whether it be what we think will happen or the ideal in which we imagine. When we set a positive tone to our expectancies, we believe more that the ideal will come to pass. This stance will make you more motivated and more likely to take action. When you're in this mindset, you've created value, the role and importance you play in the pursuit of the goal, and your expectancy will become belief. Although there are many different theories, one alone cannot define an individual. We're a mixture of all the above and more. I encourage you to take your list and see what type of motivation is behind each goal. Remember, the more we can define our whys, the more likely we are to achieve. Today and every day, keep fighting the good fight.